Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Keeping It Real Reality Check Show. I'm your host, Keeping It Real, and this is my reality check for you. Hey, as always, there's a lot of shit going on in the news today, guys. A lot. One of the biggest things going on in the news right now, and has been for about a week and a half now, is the NSA whistleblower coming out and telling the world and showing the world evidence that the NSA has been collecting and databasing information about us for, well, quite some time, probably at least the last 12 years. Since he first broke and came public with the information, uh, it's also come out that 50 or more corporations, major corporations, are also sharing their information with the NSA, allowing them to database even more information. This is not just your emails, your text messages, your phone conversations, or where you've been surfing. This is what you buy at the store, how much gas you get, GPS coordinates, just a plethora of information, guys, that the NSA is databasing about you. Um, it's all very bad, and one of the big things that's going on right now regarding that is the debate now that's in the news of whether the NSA is constitutional and whether it's okay for the NSA to spy on everybody in the world. And it seems to be about a 50-50 split on that, which is kind of surprising to me. I figured a lot of more people would be a little pissed off about, their entire lives being databased. But I recently came across a new program that the NSA has that's called, Crystal Ball. And they claim it to be a over-the-horizon software program that allows them to predict what a person will do or how a person will act in the future, basically pre-crime. With all the information that they're getting from corporations and your telephone companies and the cable companies and the internet companies and the stuff they collect on their own, they're saying they have a software, Crystal Ball, that allows them to predict, after taking all that information about you, predict what you might do. It sounds a lot like Minority Report, doesn't it? Tom Cruise's movie of an Orwellian society and pre-crime unit. I mean, of course, they use psychics in that movie, but here we're using, technology. And if we ever get to the point where you're sentenced and charged for a crime that you have yet to commit, which, well, in some cases, it has happened. So, but if we ever get to where it's a standard, I feel so really sorry for society at that point. So, Crystal Ball, NSA's Crystal Ball program is something that I think everybody should Google, should check out. It sounds ultra futuristic and kind of sci-fi-ish, but the sources are good. So, a predictive, over-the-horizon program that allows the NSA and the government to predict what you may do or say. A lot of other stuff going on in the news. We got the Syria rebellion where rebels, Al-Qaeda backed and supported rebels. The rebels have publicly come forward and pledged allegiance to Al-Qaeda, and the Obama administration has pledged allegiance to the rebels. The Russian government has pledged allegiance to President Assad, who the rebels are trying to oust and replace with one of their own Al-Qaeda affiliated leaders. This is something that has been going on all over the Middle East for the last year and a half with the start of Arab Spring. And this is just probably the end of the Middle East version of that. Syria is probably the last place, I believe, that is not Muslim Brotherhood controlled, Al-Qaeda controlled. And this is the last country in the Middle East and Northern Africa that has not been overthrown by Al-Qaeda. And it's scary, guys, and I keep saying this, it's really scary when the U.S. president is backing Al-Qaeda ultra Islamic extremists who actually behead the people they kill. They open their bodies up and eat parts of their body on camera and send a message to America at the same time, saying that when they're done with Syria, they're coming here. And when the Obama administration is already sending small arms weaponry and stuff like that, assault rifles and pistols and shoulder-launched missiles to the Al-Qaeda, the Saudi Arabian government has also come out publicly that they are sending shoulder-launched missiles to the Al-Qaeda Syrian rebels. So our president is backing Saudi Arabia, who hates us, Al-Qaeda, who obviously hates us, and the rebels, the Nusra, and I can't even pronounce the names of the groups that are all openly and publicly pledged allegiance to Al-Qaeda. But the president is sending them arms and support, and they're seriously considering sending them air support in the form of a no-fly zone over Syria. It's really scary, guys, when our president of the United States is backing that. At the same time, the Russian government is sending missile defense systems to Syria, and I do believe this situation could get very tense and quite possibly lead into a world war, considering Russia is involved as well, and they are completely against what our government is doing. Vladimir Putin, president of Russia, and Obama have met recently. I believe it was yesterday, and apparently it was a very tense conversation between the two. Announcements in the news that the Cold War has started all over again because of the NSA surveillance that's going on globally. And of course, this thing going on in Syria is very likely to spill off into a world war. So there's a lot of stuff going on in the news, guys, that I bet you most of you guys aren't paying attention to, but you should. I really don't know what to say to all that. I mean, stay on your toes. I mean, I really do think it's important that everyone start prepping. In this day and age, we got a lot of crazy things going on in the world. If you don't have, a month, 2, 3 months, a year's supply worth of food, water, and everything else you might need, there could be some difficult times in the future in store for you and your family, and I think it's very important that you really start prepping. So that's it, guys. That's my reality check for today. I think everybody needs to be focused on the NSA and the spying that's going on. We need to stop that. We're American people, land of the free. We have the right to be free in our persons, our privacy, and our papers. And that is being trampled on publicly, and they're showing no signs of wanting to stop it. And so we need to step up and start making their voices heard on how we really feel about that, and are we willing to give up a little bit of, are we willing to give up a lot of our freedoms for a little bit of security? And I don't think we should. We need to keep an eye on what's going on in the Middle East, folks, because that could easily directly affect us. We've already been threatened by Al-Qaeda, so pay attention, guys. They want to bring it here. They want to bring it to our homeland. And with the Obama administration also getting ready to allow tens of thousands of Syrian immigrants into the United States, I think that's something we should all seriously be concerned about, considering a lot of those immigrants could be Al-Qaeda as well. So that, and we need to bring back that Benghazi story, guys. The people need to understand what happened at Benghazi. So do your own research into that. I can already tell you that it was, several Americans at a U.S. embassy in Libya were murdered because the truth about the CIA arming Al-Qaeda, with weapons was about to come out. And the embassy, Chris Stevens, the ambassador for the U.S. Embassy in Libya, and 3 U.S. Navy SEALs were murdered that day to keep that quiet. And Arab Spring continued on after that. So it's all connected, guys. It really is. and something we all really need to be paying attention to. So make sure that you talk about those three topics, guys. I do believe those are the three most important topics that we all need to be talking about. So as always, guys, this is Keeping It Real. This is my reality check for you, and that's it. Peace.